It's 8 p.m. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, people? Welcome back to another great episode of the Mark and Will Show. And of course, you got your favorite host of the most, Mark and Will. What's going on, my brother?
And the mayor is in the building. What's
Yes,
going
sir.
on, man? What's going on, y'all? How everybody doing on this lovely Thursday, man?
I'm good,
Good.
man. Every time I talk, it's gonna be sponsored by Seagram's Ginger Ale. So every time I talk, it's sponsored by Seagram's Ginger Ale.
Why is that, man? How'd you get a sponsor?
Well, technically, I ain't got a sponsor. I'm sponsoring somebody else's money. I'm just drinking my winnings.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Do you? That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Hey,
I
it's
love
gonna
it.
be a live show today. You know what I'm saying, man? Uh, you know, day before Friday, so we got to go ahead and break it down, everything down for the high school, and that's what we're gonna do. But before we do that, we want to make sure everybody know where to find us big
Yep.
time. We're talking about Twitter, X, I don't care, whatever, at the Mark and Will Show, Facebook, TikTok, you don't stop, Instagram, YouTube, Gaming, Mark and Will Gaming on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook page, all that good stuff. Players Club, the best group, hands down. Website, you see it, right? markandwillshow.com. Check it all out, man. That's what we do. Nonstop. But something else we do, and let's go ahead and get everything together. You know what I'm saying? You guys definitely got to check us out on the new show that we do on Saturdays. And right now we do the preview show. So no cap high school football recap show. So we're gonna go ahead and preview the games that Friday. You know what I'm saying? Give our little spin on it. You know how we do. So let's go ahead and start it this way. We'll do it this way. Let's do it. Campbellville 3-0 at Weston 0-2, 8 p.m. Weston, hey, you got to get a win sometime. I don't know if Campbellsville is going to be the one, but we'll see. What do you think about this, Mayor?
Man, I would love Crow. That's my guy, But Campbellsville ain't coming all the way up here just to take no L.
Ooh, wee,
I'm just saying.
ooh wee. What you? Well, that was loud and clear, Mayor. Big Dog, what you got?
Campbellsville will come down here and go 4-0, and I will be hearing them cheering from the backyard.
So you saying they bring the whole town with them? They shutting
Oh
Walmart
yeah,
and Denny's and
they're coming. They're coming down.
they shutting Walmart, Denny's, all that there to come. Okay.
Well, you know what? I'm with you, Mark. Won't be disagreeing on this. I think Campbellsville is going to come in and take care of business just like pretty much everybody else has against Western. I'm really sorry about that, but Campbellsville for the win. Next up, I don't know the bottom of Wagner 1-2, Williamsburg 0-2, 7:30 p.m. Will Wagner travel to get a win with Jacoby and them take care of business on the road? We all know that road games are
Yeah.
hard. You leave the city. What's the deal? We're gonna find out. What you got, Mayor?
Hold on, because I'm trying to see how long of a drive this is real quick. Louisville to Williamsburg. Let's just put this in a perspective. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You fine. 0-2. But it's a travel, like you said, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what's going on with this one. How far is it?
That is a 2 hour and 45 minute ride.
Oh Lord, lost. What? All right, Mark.
No, I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna say this. What movie are they playing? Because you better go down there and Remember the Titans,
So
the program, Friday Night Lights. You better not go down there on no Training Day, no
oh
Menace to
Lord.
Society,
Oh,
Boys in the
don't do
Hood.
that. Don't do
You
that.
gotta go down there on some football movies. Hell, watch film all the way down there.
That's what you need to do. Let's watch some
Yeah.
film, keep it clean, all that kind of stuff like that. Mark, who you rolling with, man? Who you got on this? Are you going with DeVille? Are you going with Williamsburg?
I'm gonna give Wagner a chance. I say they go 2-2.
That's, let me go ahead and make sure I get that down. He's got the Wagner on this one.
Did he send our head? Has he sent our hets yet? Has Ty sent our hets?
They must be like coming from what's that place called? Timu.
Okay.
I think it might be come from Timu, so I don't know. We might get that next year.
Right.
Okay.
You know what, Jacoby, I'm gonna go ahead and ride with Wagner too. You got to go ahead and take care of business, and like the mayor said, stay focused, take care of business, and get out. Don't play
Yep.
around. Don't say nothing crazy. Do what you got to do and get out. That's what it's about on that one. Breckenridge County, 1-2 at Valley, 0-3, 7:30 p.m. Before I let you dissect this a little bit, the mayor, Mark, I know how you love the Valley. What you thinking about this game, brother?
Sorry, Valley. Nice gym, but y'all going on 4. Yeah, they going on 4.
The mayor, what you think about this game?
Man, this is they're not that far apart. Valley to Breckenridge County is not that far. Breckenridge County lost a close one last week that they could have won. Don't know how flat does Valley come out after losing last week. So do they come out flat or do they come out on all cylinders?
When's the last time has Valley been on all cylinders?
They won a couple games last year.
Was that like half cylinders? Like I'm just being real because I'm trying to have you convince me to pick Valley. That's all. And I know that we don't want you to pick nothing. You had to pick last week because of some things, but I'm just trying to have you to convince me that Valley will take care of home against Breckenridge County. That's all. And right now, I don't know what firing on cylinders is. That one cylinder, two cylinders? Like how many cylinders do they have? I mean, I don't know. That's what's kind of leery. 0-3, 1-2. You got to protect home, but can you protect home? That's the scary thing. And on that note, I'm all on BC. All on BC. I'm sorry. I wanted the mayor to kind of convince me, and when he hit the all cylinders, and I know they probably haven't been on cylinders in 20 years. Let me see.
Since Crow.
Right. Shawnee at Jackson County. They played last year and all this kind of stuff. Shawnee's coming off a win, 1-2. Jackson County 2-1. Mayor, are you looking to see how far this trip is? Is that what you're doing?
Oh,
Because
yes, I am.
Shawnee had an impressive win. They got them win. Mark picked them because his mother went there. My mother went there. I don't know if that's going to play a role on the road. How far is it?
We have a 2 hour and 25 minute ride.
No. Mark, who you got?
Okay.
Who you got, Mark?
I'm going with JC. Hey, I'm sorry. Impressive win last week, but hey, it's gonna be a tough road. Road y'all gotta go to, baby.
The mayor, give us some tidbits. What you got on this?
It's another one, man. What movie are you watching on that bus? And are you taking a charter bus? Or are you on one of them JCPS school buses?
Mm.
Because if you're on the school bus, that's 55 miles an hour. That's speed limit. And then can you stretch out?
Oh Lord. Well, you know what? That really has got me all on Jackson County because I envision a school bus. I don't envision a charter bus. So now I'm scared. They might even make it. They may not even make it in time for the game. I mean, that's what got me scared right now. So
No, they'll leave after lunch. Leave after lunch.
so that two. What? How far did you say? If you was driving and I was driving, Mark was driving. How far is that?
Basically 2.5 hours.
So we're gonna
139 miles.
add another additional hour for them,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much.
So you leave after lunch.
I am all on Jackson County. Thank you for them tidbits right there. I really appreciate that. Got that down? Okay. All right. East Jasmine 0-2 at North Bullet 1-2. Do anybody have anything on this game? What are you guys thinking? The mayor, what's up?
Shit. I hope you thinking that North Bullet can protect the house.
Absolutely. North Bullet, yes.
Where's now
Protect the house.
where's East Jasmine at? Like where's East Jasmine? Where's it at?
That is actually east of Jasmine County.
He's a fool, dude.
Goodness, hold on.
So look, the mayor is all on. Look, he's
I'm,
on that travel. He's on that baby. He's
I,
on it today.
to me, that plays a role, man. Because okay, from Louisville to East Jasmine, it's hour and 30 minutes. So you gotta give it an hour and 30 minutes to North Bullet because it's on the crisp of Louisville, on the cusp.
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider? Oh man, we 0-2. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we're not that good. We got to go up here and play and then get out there. You already flat. You think you don't have a chance. That could play a role too. That could play a role too.
Yeah, you're on 64 East and no telling that traffic, and they already think they're playing a Louisville school anyway, Louisville South.
Right,
So,
right.
ah,
No, you right. You know what I'm saying? To me, Jasmine 0-2, protect home. Like the mayor and Big Dog said, North Bullet, you gotta win this game. You have no choice. You have to win this game and take her home 0-2. They don't want to be up here near any Louisville parts of Louisville, North Bullet. I'm riding with North Bullet. Take care of business.
and if I'm North Bullet, I'm scaring you as soon as you get off the bus. I'm checking your bus. I'm gonna have my crowd right there. As soon as you gonna see everybody as soon as you get off the bus.
Right,
We're gonna try to intimidate you in the parking lot.
Mm.
with some tiki torches. Walter Verona, 1-1 at KCD. Now this gets good right here. So 3-0 KCD taking care of business. They are led by Ethan Harris. He's thrown for 436 yards, 3 TDs, 3 interceptions. Kasani Wilson is the leading rusher, 320 yards, 4 TDs. Receiver, you got let me see. Receiver, you got Troy Humphreys, 164 yards and 1 TD. Defense is led by Brown Hamlin. He got 4 interceptions. KCD is on a roll. I actually looked at the schedule, and I mean, knock on wood, but man, they can go undefeated. I mean, they bringing it this year. They hype. Like the mayor said when we first started doing it, the coach said this is their best team they didn't have since they went to the playoffs and did their business. Hey, what you got, Mayor?
Can Walt Verona handle the athletes that KCD has? Because you go get a hell of a rushing attack and passing attack. How does Walt Verona have the athletes and the speed that KCD is going to possess?
Mm-hmm.
And what happens when KCD scores and then light show starts? Does Walt Verona go in the shell? Like, because at light show, hey, When they score them touchdowns, it's a baby Alabama and whoever else got them light shows. They got a light show that's go be. You won't keep them out there. The best bet for Walter Ramon is keep them out of the end zone so that light show don't go off.
Right, right. Mark, what you think?
KCD will approve 2-4-0.
KCD. I'm with you. I'm all on KCD. And just like what the mayor was saying, just put it this way. So far, KCD have scored 106 points. They have given up only 64 points. Rushing yards, KCD 563. They have given up 554. Passing yards, 494 for KCD. They have allowed 515. So if you have enough weapons or even the athletes to keep up, you can get some yardage on them. But I don't know if Walton does. But I'm all on KCD. KCD take care of business big time. Woo-wee! The bowl. I don't know if you want to call this bowl the egg bowl, the zero bowl, or whatever bowl. Iroquois at Frankfurt. Somebody's got to win. What do you think, Mayor?
When I was coaching at Fairdale, we went to Frankfurt to play a game. I see the lights being too bright for Iroquois going to Frankfurt because they got the type of field where you can be in your car, just pull your car up to the gate, sit in the car, watch the game, and
wow.
they got some houses in behind the end zone, so you basically in somebody's backyard, and you got you in a little small little locker room that's about as big as a bedroom, and they got you piled in there, so. With Iroquois' numbers, they should be fine in that locker room. But I just see it, I just see the spotlight being a little too bright going to Frankfurt.
Are you saying that they're playing on a middle school field?
No, that's a high school field, but you know how our university put you in like a little dungeon where you can't comfortable?
Right.
That's kind of how they,
Well,
treat
I wouldn't even talk about the locker room. I'm talking about playing in somebody's backyard like a middle school.
No.
Playing where people can pull up and watch the game.
They have a gate to separate it. I thought it was dope, me personally, because that's, hey, sit in my car and watch the game.
Sit in the car or sit on your porch and watch the game.
Yeah, on your back porch and watch it. But yeah, it's a nice setup. And if you're not prepared for that, it could be a long night.
Mark, the Zero Bowl. What you got?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Iroquois. I'm gonna go with Iroquois going 0-4.
Oh, 0-4. Okay, 0-4. Okay. So you saying they're gonna continue that the zeroness.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I'm rocking with you on that because I don't know, man. I just think if you're 0-3 in Louisville, I think you're gonna be 0 and whatever somewhere else. Even though Frankfurt is 0-3, I have to check their schedule and see who they play. But right now, maybe they're not gonna be equipped for the backyard drama. You know what I'm saying? The all that kind of stuff that the mayor explained, playing basically in front of everybody and mama and papa on the porch watching and drinking lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
So Frankfurt probably take it. I hate it for you, Iroquois, but you got to earn these votes.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't earned them yet. Speaking of earning, Holy Cross 2-1 at J-Town 3-0. Holy Cross is led by Jamie Jones, has thrown for 405 yards as a quarterback, 3 TDs, but 4 picks. Jamari Pennybaker, everybody's familiar with that name. We was talking about him a couple of weeks ago. He leads them in rushing, 374 yards, 2 TDs. Chase Hardesty, 8 catches, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. Let's not forget J-Town, Raymond Cornish, thrown for 405, 7 TDs, 1 interception. Caden Ruff, 20 carries, 304 on the ground, 3 TDs. Lucas McDaniels, 5 catches, 155 yards, 2 TDs. Mayor, what you think?
Man, whose line comes to play in this one? Whose line shows up? We all know Holy Cross is led on their front line by Dylan, but I'm not too familiar with anybody on J-Town's line, so I want to say whose line comes to show up to play. Because you got to think, they got the tight end, You know, we got him,
Mm-hmm.
and you got a nice little quarterback, got a nice running back. Obviously, the running back to me, 300 yards, 3 games. That's 100 yards to me. That's 100 yards a game. So
Right.
that's a nice little, nice little run pass option. So you got a nice little attack. So whose line comes to play?
Right. Right. What you got, Big Dog?
This game right here, I think, is going to come down to the fourth quarter. Who got the ball last? And I was on the fence with it, but I'm gonna roll with J Town to approve of 4-0.
Was that because Big Mark was probably going to lean on you? Because I know that how you went against, oh boy.
I
You
was
went
on the
against
fence with this because I was on the fence with this like real tough, but it's like I want to see J Town improve and keep going.
Okay.
But I do believe it's going to be a good game.
I mean, you got your pops. You got what's his name, Dylan.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I know it was kind of tough. I know it was kind of tough. This one, man, I'm gonna tell you what gets me. J Town has scored 102 points, have given up only 26. Holy Cross scored 69 points, giving up 60. I think J Town maybe too many more athletes if they all contribute and do what they got to do. Plus, it's at J Town. We're gonna see. We're gonna see because also J Town has 617 yards rushing as a team,
Mm.
and Holy Cross has given up over 500 yards rushing.
Oh,
So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. This is their strong suit. So if you can't stop that run against J Town, J Town's gonna break you. So I'm riding with J Town on this one. Y'all like how I'm throwing the little nuggets out there?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Jeffersonville, Indiana, home of basketball, 0-3 at Fern Creek has turned that corner swiftly, 2-1, 7-3. Right now, Fern Creek has maybe hit their stride. They're rocking and rolling. Mr. Malone, who we're familiar with, has gained over 400 yards, 5 TDs. Travis Moulton, who's been on the show, hey, man, he's got 23 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks from that defensive end. What you got, Mayor?
Shit. Hope Jeffersonville don't pay the toll because again, Jeffersonville's not known for football, man. It's a basket. Now, if this was a basketball game, then it'd be different. But when has Jeffersonville been? Hell, they had Bobby Redmond, and he couldn't turn the program around.
Right. Right.
So maybe shit. I don't know. Maybe Jeffersonville shit. What play touch football, flag football, something. Because you coming over here, they not listen. You're coming to Louisville to take a L. So
Right.
yeah, you lucky it's early in the season because you'll be homecoming.
Maybe already, still. Big Dog, what you got?
Going with the Creek. Going with Fern Creek. 3-1.
I will say this in the honor of Bobby Redmond, one of the greatest coaches that ever coached at Male, and he was at Ballard. Wagner, he's been everywhere. I think this was his retirement gift. Mel said, "Hey, go ahead and just go to Jayville to relax. You ain't got to worry about no pressure. Chill. Do what you got to do. It's it." On that note, the mayor has hit it out of the park like always. You heard? Do you hear? Do you hear the balls dribbling? Because that's what we got going on right here. This right here, Fern Creek has had an impressive win at Ferdale. You know what I'm saying? They bounced back. They had a good win. They shut down Oldham County this past weekend. So I'm all with Fern Creek doing what they got to do. Coach Abel and them. So, yeah. Homecoming, small homecoming, whatever you want to do, ring ceremony, whatever. This is the team that you need to put on your schedule.
Hey, maybe if they changed it to Louisville, North Kentucky, then they probably would be, you know, Louisville North.
We have plenty of 0 teams on this side already. We don't need any more. Plenty, and we do. Ferdale 1-2 at Spencer County 0-3. This is alarming to me as far as Ferdale being 1-2, but we'll see. They are led by Xavier Burks, 378 yards rushing, 4 TDs. I don't know. And Mayor, nobody's better to have on this show than somebody who used to be there. What is going on at Ferdale, man?
I honestly I don't know. Like me not being there, I'm not for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say this may be the game in which they get the ball rolling because everybody takes. Again, they had an impressive team last year, and I guess those kids are still trying to figure out, and they're leaning on kids. I don't think that were in the offense last year. I'm not for sure, but this may be the game that they get back to that Fairdale swagger that they used to have.
They need it. They need it. What you got, Big Dog?
I think this is the game that they finally get out of bed, wake up, and go ahead and get the win.
Big Dog Furdale. I'm just gonna say this. Makai Duncan, he's the leading tackler on this team. And the mayor, he knows. We've talked about Makai. He's a nose guard. To me, when your nose guard is your leading tackler, I don't know. And I know he's dominant. He needs some help. He needs some more people contributing things like this. He's your leading tackle with tackler at 20-something tackles, like 20, 21. Everybody needs to fly to the ball, take care of business, because if I'm the opposing team, I'm not running up the middle. I'm going to make big man come out and do what I got to do. On that note, Spencer County, maybe this is what they need. Let me break this down real quick for you guys. Spencer County has only scored 35 points in 3 games. They have allowed 117 points. If you can't get right with them, there's no get right at all. So they have to take care of business. They have given up almost 700 yards rushing. Mr. Burks should be eating in this game.
I want to say he had 300 last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah. He had 378 as far as the total. That's what he got.
Okay.
Yeah. But some schools report stuff a little different. So, but anyway, giving up only over almost 700 yards, Furdale, you got to eat. I'm riding with Furdale on this one, big time. With that, let me go ahead and make sure I got the Furdale listed on that one. This right here, the boys 0-3 at Seneca, 1-1. I would say this real quick.
Real quick. He had last week. Mr. Burks had 14 carries for 339 yards.
Well, we're gonna need them to go ahead and report their stuff big time. And that's ridiculous that 314 Furdale should be actually hitting us up and letting us know. And we know some Furdale coaches. If you got a running back who had 314, but they lost, didn't they? So that's why it didn't make a difference. He wasn't gonna be in the poll anyway. You lose, you don't get on the poll, but a great game for you. But report your stuff, get it in there without a doubt. The boys 0-3, Seneca 1-1. Seneca is reporting no stats, so that's okay. But let's talk about the boys. The boys, Jaden Mostiller has 162 yards receiving, 9 catches, 3 TDs. We already talked about the boys. We just want to see growth, what they're doing. They scored 6 points last week. They had 12 the previous and 6 the first one. Hopefully they can continue, keep their head up, and keep grinding. Coach Durant is building something there, so don't let the stats and points get in your way. Seneca, they had a game that was forfeit. I think it was against Western, so this is actually third game. What you got on this game, Mayor?
I think defensively wise, Debo's gonna probably have a nice game with this one. You still working in a young line and his senior experience. This should be a comeout game for him.
Big time. What you got, Big Dog?
Yeah, the boys is going through, changing stuff over, getting the program together, stuff like that. Like you said, everybody needs to be patient with them. But I got Seneca.
Yeah, Seneca, you got to take care of business. You want to go ahead and get over 500, and you should. You at home, so that should be a good one right there. Let's see. Let's go this way. Collins, after suffering that loss to Shelby County, they 2-1 at Odom County, who took their first loss at Fern Creek. This game is at 7:30, so two teams is 2-1. Cade Gooden You guys are familiar with the good name. Basically, man, he is on fire. He has thrown for 535 yards, 6 TDs, only one interception. He's rushed for 375 yards, 6 TDs. Michael Scram, he's got 15 carries. I mean, 15 catches. I'm sorry, 234 yards, 2 TDs. And for Oldham County, which we had him on the show, Mr. Caden Shepard, 53 carries, 290 yards, 3 TDs. And their defense is led by Miller Brown, 3 interceptions. What do you think about this game, Mayor?
Oh man, this is a can Collins contain Mr. Cade? Meaning, can they hit him every time he has the ball? I want to probably say they're going to probably, I don't see Collins, Collins may have more athletes. So it's going to be can Collins stop Mr. Cade and can Oldham County slow down Collins?
Right. Big Dog, this is a good one right here. 2-1
Yeah,
teams.
2-1 teams. But I'm gonna go with the. It's not really an upset, but I'm gonna give Collins the win on the road.
I think Mayor hit it. You got some athletes, some talent, big time with Collins, and I think you got some slobber knockers with Oldham County. Oldham County cannot let this game get be in a high scoring game. I don't think they will be able to keep up with that. Collins has scored over 100 points for the season, have given up only 59, and we know the first game that was 30-something points. So they have rebounded on that one. On the flip side, Oldham County has only scored 66 points, has allowed 57. Also, you went to play at Fern Creek. We don't even know what their injury report looks like. You know what I'm saying? That's a physical team that they played, and they're a physical team. I just think, at the end of the day, can you keep up if you Oldham County? I would say that sometimes when you play somebody physical, you don't only lose that game, you lose the next week. I'm going to ride with Collins on this one. I think a big road win for them as they build up and continue to roll and improve. Cincinnati LaSalle 2-1 at Central. Woo-wee. We got Cortez doing this thing. He's got almost 500 yards already, 4 TDs. The defense is led by Avion Johnson McNeil. He's got 27 tackles. This one right here, I guess this is the year that everybody plays a Cincinnati team because we're going to see rock and roll. And we're talking about a different team. So this right here is a different beast. LaSalle comes in town. How will Central perform against LaSalle? The Mayor, what you thinking?
Man, if I'm Central, go ahead and send Fish to the sidelines. Like get them all juiced up, and have Muhammad Ali jumping, have it jumping, have your band playing, have the DJ, just turn that into a whole light party. Take Cincinnati out of their element. Because I don't know any reports of this school, but if I'm Central, I'm gonna make this as much of a much a Central environment as I can.
Block party.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm calling all the OGs, all the old players, the old players, and the old players. Call everybody up for this one. Let's get Cincinnati out of their element.
Right. You right. What you think, Big Dog?
Cincinnati coming down here is Central. This is. I think it's gonna be a good one, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna roll with Central. I'm gonna give it to Central because I think Central go as far as Cortez take them.
I think it's just the unknown of LaSalle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Who did they lose to? What did that one loss come to? Was that a juggernaut in Ohio or even in another state? You know what I'm saying? You don't know because these teams are now playing everybody from different stuff.
Right.
You was able to, withstand the St. X game, you know what I'm saying? And then you went ahead and took care of business this past week. This is a biggie. This is a biggie for them. And this is also Cortez, you D1 running back. This is when you got to put them on your shoulder because it's not a lot of yardage that they pass for. Talking about Central, they actually have passed for only 144 yards. They rushed for 613 as a team. They allowed 261 rushing yards. They only allowed 186. Block party it down. Do what you got to do. I'm gonna ride
And
with
before
Central on this one.
and before you end it, I'm gonna say Central's got to, man, because the next four are away. The next 4 games are away. So you know that fish can't get old. So it's got to be a block party. Get that fish up out of.
You better do something. It might be given away for free if you go ahead and take care of business. Take care of business. Speaking of taking care of business, PRP at Butler. This right here, yeah, bounce back. PRP is probably going to be without Mr. Santana. Butler has not won anything. They are desperate to win a game. Is PRP ripe for the picking? Don't know. We'll see. Mark, what do you got on this one? What you thinking about PRP and that B team?
With Santana being now, I think we're going to really see if PIP got some more athletes there who's going to step up to replace him. You know what I'm saying? Because they lost everybody from last year, and we all knew pretty much they only had Santana that was really coming back or whatever. So it's who's going to step up to take that spot. I'm going to ride with PIP, but depending on how long Santana's out, somebody else is going to have to step up.
Opportunities.
For PIP.
Opportunities.
Yes, what you said?
The mayor.
To me, without Santana, this is an equally matched game.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yeah, it's equal. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying it's still scary. If I'm
It's
a
equally
PRP fan, I'm scared. That's scary statement you just said. Go ahead.
because you got Butler that's eager for a win, and Santana's not there, so you don't have to game plan for Santana. Now, as Big Dogg said, who's the next? Who's up next? You scored 22. You played a physical Ballard team last week.
Right.
And you got Butler at home that's looking for a win, and I'm pretty sure, with it being a rivalry, everybody on Crumbs Lane is gonna be at their game. So somebody's somebody's got to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? And Mr. Tucker Rolfe has been playing. He's leading the defense. Got 39 tackles for the season. 1.5 tackle for losses. To me, Butler has. Let me see. Butler has only scored 6 points. Let me say it one more time. Butler has only scored 6 points and has allowed 124 points. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because if PRP doesn't have any other guys that can stand up, then you might as well sit down the whole season, big time. And it's an experience. Like the mayor said, that was the big piece. So you had a game plan for Santana. You had to know where he's at on defense now. You already had to know where he's at offense. Now you can play straight up. So if I am Butler, I'm feeling good. Okay, they're their biggest thing. But what I'm saying is if PRP cannot take care of business against a team that's only scored 6 points, there's a bigger issue in this program. I think that PRP is going to win. I do. I'm riding with PRP because I think there are some athletes that we probably don't know about. But it's their time to shine. You better do it because, like I said, if you get out there and give up 36 points or 30 points or 24 points to a Butler team that hasn't scored nothing, then yeah, you got bigger issues. I'm riding with PRP, though. I'm going to ride with
Who
PRP.
got a kicking? Which one of these teams got a kicking game? Who can kick field goals, just in case?
Well, apparently one team can't get to the other side of the field.
I'm just saying, because to me, this is going to be one of them games, 2-3, 5-3, 6-5. This is going to be, to me, this might be a low-scoring game.
And I'm going to say this, and I'm with you. What I'm saying is, if this game is a 6-3, a 7-3, a 10-3, PRP's in trouble. To me, rest of the year, you're in trouble. We don't know how long Santana even coming back. I hope he does. Is he out 3, 4, 5 games, 6 games? Then it gets to the point, do you even come back? Because you want to protect yourself for, hopefully to play college ball.
Next level. Yep.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Great point, though. Great point. And to answer your question, I have no idea who's the kickers for either one of these teams. Bullet Central at Bullet East. 1-2, 2-1. Is it me? Does it seem like Bullet East will always be? See, like when we talk about Bullet East, they are either right before the PRP discussion or right afterwards. So they're going to be joint at the hip with them. This one right here, you have, I'm gonna say Jack Z for Bullet East. 584 yards passing, 6 TDs, 3 interception. Also has rushed for 243. So he's doing and 3 TDs. He's doing his Egan impersonation. Also, you have Michael West and Alec Britt, 160, 169, 5 TDs for West. Britt has 3. Spalding has caught 10 passes, 230 yards receiving, 2 TDs. What you got, May, on this one?
Bullet Central has scored 13 points all season.
Mm.
That ain't gonna work.
And you're going
Nope.
to Bullet East. And Bullet East knows they win this game. They win they won the Bullet County Championship. So just scoring 13 points all season, man, is and you playing to me, you still playing a pissed off Bullet East team that lost to PRP. So I think that loss lit a fire under them.
Better.
Like, don't take team. I think that loss lit a fire under them. Don't take teams lightly.
Yep.
Right. Big Dog.
To only score 13 points all season, that's kind of scary. Yeah, that's bad. Bullies wins.
Yeah, and not even just the 13. You have allowed 73 points, and you have not played an offense probably like Bullet East so far. Like you said, I don't think they really scared of anybody in Bullitt County. Let's put it that way. And so they're gonna go ahead and take care of business. They should take care of business. I'm riding with Bullet East, and the schedule plays in their favor. They don't have another tough game till a little later on, so we'll see. Bullet East should win this easily. I hate to say that, but easily. Speaking of easily, Dogs 0-2 at Atherton, 2-1. This right here, I'm gonna say this real quick. Andre Steele has 558 yards rushing, 6 TDs, running back for Atherton. Let me throw this out for you real quick. Dogs have scored 0 points for the season. That 0 matches that 0-2. 0 points. I can't say that enough. The mayor, what you got?
Man, I played on Atherton sending a whole lot of pressure. Dawson's way. It might be week 3 that they don't score.
Whoo, Big Dog.
Yes, sir. Going with the A factor.
Speaking of the A Factory, I think they got some hats that should have already been here anyway. And you tell Coach White that we've been looking for them hats for a couple of years now. What's the deal? And he's got my cuz that makes a lot of the stuff. So Bryson, what's the deal with you guys? Y'all have been on this show at least. Coach White has been on twice. Bryson has been on 3 times. Okay. I got you. I see what we're doing here.
And don't forget, Giddens been on your show. Don't forget, Giddens is on.
Yeah. So, I mean, what is the deal, man? We show y'all plenty of love. We're going to need that return back to us. But like I said, I don't even want to get on the stats. All I know is 0 points. That's kind of scary. That is kind of scary. This right here, man. South Odom 2-1 at North Odom 2-1. Herb Brock, when they come back because they went disappearing, they big time. So you have South Odom. Cole Greenwell has rushed for 242 yards, 2 TDs. Defense, they led by Parker Ellis with 32 tackles, tackle for loss. North Odom, I mean, all I got to say is this. On X / former Twitter, Coach Brock said that basically it hurts for him to even go outside after the last week loss. He don't even want
Mm.
to be among the public. He don't even want to go to the store, be seen because that loss hurt so much. The mayor, what Brock and company gonna do versus South
Man,
Oldham?
um, I'm trying to look at it right now to see they're both 2-1. Does North Oldham have enough? Does North Oldham's athletes shine this game? I think they're opening up. I think Air Brock and them new field, that baby
Ooh,
blue turf, and that bad boy's
pretty,
pretty.
pretty.
That bad boy. I don't know if you've seen it yet, Mark, but that bad boy is pretty. So you opening up a new turf, man. Monday, Air Brock is gonna air it out. Just let it fly, let it sling. I just see him airing it out, man.
What you got, Big Dog?
Look like Oldham is going 3-1.
Yeah, you know what kind of coach you're dealing with the he's so competitive. Like I said, he doesn't want to go out, all this kind of stuff. He's sick to the stomach, and they did not update no stats. So the first two games, it was stats flying everywhere, everywhere. Lost this game, you can't find a stat to save your life. Even the people who was doing the stats was doing it last. Oh yeah. But you know what? Get some of that humble pie. Let's get back together. Open up that beautiful field, South Oldham. So another Oldham County team, basically, in your city, doing the thing. I think Herb Brock and them take care of business. I'm riding with Herb Brock and North Oldham.
You know what? I wonder what they gonna be their specialty. What they gonna hang their hats on at the concession stand. That's what I want to know. Cause at Baby Blue Field, you need a blue icy or
Yeah, you gotta
something.
have that. You gotta
You
have
gotta
that.
have something
That's
that
gotta be
set
in
the
the
field off.
arson. That gotta be in the arson. Yeah, definitely.
Some blue gillfish or something. You gotta have something that's gonna set it off.
Blue Hawaiian for all the adult people on the back side of the road over there, so they can get that blue Hawaiian drink.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and do that. Be careful with that though. Another sneaky good game right here. Man,
Mhm.
you're 3-0 at Eastern. Eastern is 2-1. This game's at 7:30 right now. Hey, hats off to the number two running back, Mr. Jarian Trainer. He's rushed over 200, well, actually over 200 yards. He's at 286, 4 TDs. He's averaging about 95 yards a game since
Mhm.
basically replacing our guy Zeke. Elijah Creech, the quarterback, has thrown for 297, 3 TDs, 1 interception. He's also been solid on the ground with several TDs. Their defense has been led by Braden Underwood, Cameron Jesse, and Chris Jones. You know that big time. Easton, hey, don't forget about them. Zane Wagner has thrown for 620, 6 TDs, only 1 interception, and Joshua Shipley has been playing lights out on offense and defense. 8 catches, 222 yards, 3 TDs. The mayor, what's going on with this one? Can Manuel keep it going?
Man, okay. So I'm just gonna read some stats here. They passed for 219 last week. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see I don't see them pass for 219 against the Man. But they gave up 336 yards rushing to Fairdale last week.
Mm.
No.
Mm. Mm.
And you talking about a
Uh.
hungry, you talking about a hungry sophomore,
Yeah,
a hungry sophomore that's anxious, that waited his turn. And you and I both know when a person get hurt in front of you, it's your time to shine.
absolutely.
To the point to where the offense might mess around and be a two back when Zeke does come back. It might be both of them bad boys on the field at the same time. Then what? Pick your poison.
That's
He's
true.
showing he's showing he can carry the load and he can he can make the game easy for Mr. Creech. So shoot, man,
Yeah.
you coming to play, man, and that defensive line is nasty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you got, Big Dog?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Manuel because that sophomore, yeah, like he said, he's gonna be hungry. He wants to let everybody know that he can play too. So Manuel approves to 4-0.
Only thing about this is that Eastern, like you said, I don't think they'll be able to pass for all that but I think they can pass some because at back end, it's definitely athletic for Manuel, but they really control the game with that defensive line, which is definitely that Chris Jones and company is doing what they got to do. Eastern at home, you got to really control this game because Manuel's not going to blow you out, let you make 3-and-outs, turnovers, things like that. They're going to keep you in the game, but it's up to you to stay in the game. So if you're slinging that ball, my guy Zane only has one interception. You better hopefully you keep it only one after this game. If it's only one after this game, Easton has a shot. Manuel, the thing about it is going into the season, I said it, 9 returning starters on offense. Yeah, Zeke's out. The sophomore who Zeke talked about on the show when we interviewed on Mark and Will's show, Big Time, he talked about his backup being the next big thing. And he's showing his evidence. He's showing proof. So if I'm Easton, no silly mistakes to stay in the game. But I think Manuel, not only, when you have that many starters return, a lot of them are seniors. That offense is going to keep them in the game, and then you got Chris Jones in that defensive line. I'm riding with Manuel on this, but I think it should be a competitive game, big time.
Manu's only giving up 15 points this year.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah, the
that's
defense
a
is doing
stagnant
it.
defense.
And then also who you played against too, as far as offensively. So if you up here trying to run the ball against Manuel, you ain't gonna succeed with that. That's a wrap. Speaking of a wrap, Carmel, Indiana, 2-1. Visit Trinity, 1-2. So with that one, you have Mr. Zane as the quarterback. He was the quarterback of the future, going in 9th grade. He took the job. I guess, they got tired of the other one. He's the quarterback now. I'm the captain now. Jeremiah Lynn is the receiver. Scatback does everything for him. Mr. Brady McNally, he's the everything linebacker, DN for them on defense. What is going on? What will happen? What do you think of this? Anybody know about Carmel, Indiana? We've heard of it, but normally they take care of business. Trinity actually went to Carmel last year and beat them. This is a different Trinity. We don't know if it's a better team this year or not. We don't know if Carmel has everything coming back. But the mayor, what's your thoughts on this game?
I'm gonna say this: Trinity beat Center Grove last year. They lost.
Right?
Bryan Station beat Trinity last year. They won.
Right?
Trinity beat Carmel last year.
Right?
Carmel's coming back to embarrass Trinity, not to beat them, but try to embarrass them. Because you got to think after this game, it's Male,
Right?
St. X.
Right.
It's Male St. X. So Carmel's coming to play. I think this is a revenge game for Carmel.
Mm-hmm.
You breaking in a freshman quarterback. I'm gonna say it, man. It's just something different about that northern Indiana football, that middle, but that southern Indiana football, yeah. But that northern Indiana football is where,
the big boy status is up there. Big boy status up there.
And trust me, they're coming with big boy. They go come to do the Trinity what Frank Creek's gonna do to Jeffersonville.
Woo! Woo! Big Dogg. Big Dogg.
I think Trinity. I think Trinity's gonna wake up this week, come out and give their best, but they most definitely gonna lose this game to be 1-3.
So you're saying that Trinity doesn't have a chance? I'm gonna say this: the scary thing about Trinity's defense, they have given up 617 yards passing. That is a whole lot for 3 games, right? Especially in high school. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's facing against Mr. Hodge and Bowley and things like that. I just, you know what? It doesn't even sound right, man. It's like Trinity 1-3. We've seen this before, but this is not the Trinity teams back in the day that bounced back from this. This is a must win. The mayor has already told you guys what is coming down the pike. An angry male team that lost to St. X, and after that, you got to play St. X, a rival game. You cannot afford to lose this game. Only thing that just drives me batty is that you're playing with a freshman quarterback. I'm with you guys. Caramel, like caramel apple, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to call it. I'm riding with them until that freshman quarterback proves different. I got to ride with other teams, man. It's
And
tough.
not to mention, they only had 48 yards rushing last week.
Well,
Mm.
that number they need to get used to that number. Paul Dunbar, Lex 0-3 at Shelby County, 1-2. This right here, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's going on with this one. Will Shelby County get to 500? Coach Harris, Coach Montgomery, it's on the plate for him. Dunbar's been struggling. What you got, Mayor?
First home game for Shelby County. So,
Woo.
and Marcus, I think his saying is lock the gate, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yep.
They gonna lock the gate. First home game, they locking the gate. Shit, locking the gate, throwing keys away. Yeah, for real. You got to. You wanted to.
Is this a Dave Chappelle concert? They're taking cell phones too?
Might as well, because that's probably butt kicking they gonna give them. First home game. First home game. You got a point to prove. You wanted to. You'd have been into some in the games you lost. It ain't like you've been blown out. It's just probably petty mistakes here, petty mistakes there. So your first home game, I'm pretty sure that pregame speech is gonna be, we can't turn the ball over and we got to capitalize.
Cool. Big Dog.
Shelby County, 2-2.
Shelby. Paul Dunbar, glad you came. You have been the sacrificial lamb on this one. Shelby County is angry. They had their first win, rivalry win. They haven't won since. They want to taste it. The coaches are hungry. The players are hungry. I think they're gonna go ahead and we're gonna see Gianni and everybody else show out. Estrada, everybody go, take care of business. So I'm riding with Shelby County on this one too. Let me put that down. Rock and roll with that one. Okay. This one right here. We. DeSales at Lafayette. This is one of those this is one of those Louisville Lexington games that we need as far as the Mark and Will show. We need you need them to take care of this business right here. Like I said, 1-2, 0-3. With D-Sales travel, would they take care of business on this one? D-Sales 1-2, but they have had some close losses, very close overtime loss and things like that. Lafayette has 3 blowout losses. 3. So the sales travels to Lafayette. How far is that, the Mayor? How far is that?
It's about a good old hour, 64 East.
That's right, up in Lex.
Up in Lex, and I'm gonna say this: Lafayette's been losing at home, so it ain't like they losing on the road. They losing at the crib. I'm just, shit. I'm just saying, hey, they losing at the crib. And they, and the games in which they lost to a good KCD team.
Right.
They lost to a good enough Oldham team, and it wasn't like it was blowouts. They were all within 1 point. You lost last week by 1.
Talking about
You
the
lost
sales.
And you lost the week before that to North Oldham by 5.
Right.
And again, what's the name's only scored, I think, 21 points all year, if I'm not mistaken. Lafayette, yeah, they've only scored 21 points all year. And
Go ahead.
the sales is going to the game on a charter bus. I'm pretty damn sure they ain't going on no daggone yellow bus.
Heck nah. Better not. Tuition and everything. They better be man. It's better be
Right.
Everybody got their own little movies. Whatever you got to do. What you got, Big Dog?
DeSales, do Mark and Will a favor. Go get this win and bring it on back home.
Enough said. I ain't even got to say. I'm all on the sales. Got to go ahead and take care of business. Coach Jackson, go ahead and get that victory, baby. That's all I got to say on that. Ooh, let's do this one. Bryan Station visits Ballard. 1-2 Bryan Station got coming off their first victory last week against Bowling Green, impressive win. Ballard taking care of business, rebounding, knocking out Mark's PRP and Antonio's PRP. Should I go ahead and say that too? Antonio, Mr. AKA Mr. Seagrams. Check that on this game right here. Let me go ahead and get some stuff real quick. Mr. Journey, Weiss, 3 rushing TDs. Maurice Stevens, 9 catches, 202 yards. You're talking about for Ballard, 3 TDs. We're gonna see something as far as Brian Station. Passing attack really doesn't have any of that. They pretty much a rushing attack. As far as their passing attack, they only got 1 TD, 4 interception. JT Haskins Jr. is the deep threat. They allow Brian Station allows about 440 yards a game so far. That's a lot of yards for high school. So the mayor, before you speak, let me get Big Dog. Big Dog, what you got for this? What you thinking?
Riding all the way with Ballard with this one, buddy. Took care of business last week, beat my team. I'm gonna roll with you this week, buddy.
The mayor, what you got?
I'm gonna say this, man. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. As far as the players, it's been a while since I've been out of touch with it. But they blew it up, and I guess they blew it up for good reasons because it produced last week. You got a team coming up here from Lexington. It's gonna be a good game. But I just it's just something about that whole blow it up to rebuild it, and they blew it up just in time to rebuild. 1-2, 2-1, and they come to the crib. You hear about JT Haskins the third, but who else, do you hear about for Bryan Station? And some coaches just can't coach in Louisville.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Uh, anything else? Can I go? Because
Some coaches just can't coach in Louisville.
Okay. Thank you. With the ballot on, let me go ahead and take the mic right now. I got the mic. This one right here, this is fascinating because this is athletes. This is, to me, young athletes against some veteran athletes. And I think that Ballard at home is a different beast. I think they're going to be physical. They're going to be flying around. Yeah, they had a hiccup in the second game. That's okay. You rebounded well in the third game. Bryan Station, I don't think they faced the team. Don't get me wrong. I think Bowling Green's offense is legit. They are legit. Now you're ready to go against some athletes. They got some people that can match up with JT Haskins the third. And really can stop the running game if they have to. So, and really, I think it's just going to be physicality. Who's going to be more physical? And I think Ballard is the more physical team, big time. So I'm riding with Ballard on this one. I think Ballard does the Mark and Will show well and take out another Lexington. Sorry, Big Truck and everybody else, but Ballard for the win. All right, this right here, last but not least, this right here, this is probably, this is the game of the state, right? State of Kentucky. You got Cutter Bowley versus Cole Hodge. Christian Academy, Cal versus LCA. Cutter Bowley, 908 yards, 6 TDs, 4 interceptions. You don't hear about the 4 interceptions. Brady Hansley, 746 yards rushing, almost 1,000 already for Lexington Catholic. 10 TDs. Parker Chanley, 315 yards and 21 catches, 1 TD. Our guy who we had on yesterday, Cole Hodge, 863 yards, 15 TDs, 1 interception.
Yep.
Cole leads him also in rushing. He said it on the show yesterday. He's a dual threat. He has 141 yards rushing, 1 TD. Receiving, another guy of the show, Justin Ruffin, 21 catches, 269 yards, 4 TDs. Cole's brother, Connor Hodge, 245 yards on 24 catches, 6 TDs. What you got, Mayor, on this game?
Man, it's gonna be a lot of blessings going on in that place. The Lord is gonna be in the midst at Cal. But I'll say this much: this is gonna be Mr. Football. To me, this is the who wins this game is gonna be the front runner for Mr. Football. Let's just go ahead and throw it out there because honestly, we all know outside of Louisville, with Cutter committing to Kentucky, signing with Kentucky, his name is probably already on the trophy. But if Mr. Hodge can come out here and do what Mr. Hodge does,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably go bump him.
Should.
But he'll win Louisville. He'll win Louisville, Mr. Football.
He'll win Market
Will.
Will, Mr. Football. Big Dog, what you got?
For sure. What is this? The battle of the quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with Christian Academy. Go with Cal.
What's impressive to me is not only Cole's stats, which 15 TDs, 1 interception, leadership. It's a difference, man. It's a different breed, and I think a lot of those people that I talked about the offense, they play defense too, and they are solid for Cal. He even said it on the show yesterday that, hey, they playing the whole game, and they love it. So they out there playing. Even though they still blowing people out, they giving them opportunity to go ahead and do what they got to do. I think this one, don't forget last year, Cal went up to Lexington, Christian, and whooped on LCA. I think Cutter was hurt or whatever, but still, it was a blowout. This one right here, let's get it. You think that he don't have a little extra, he have a chip on his shoulder? That he's,
Right.
And he knows them. He said they played on AAU basketball. You think Mr. Cole is not thinking, I'm going to try to light this scoreboard like no other. What you say, fireworks? All that kind of stuff? Man, I'm riding with Cal on this one. I just think, they're going to be prepared. I think, the coaching staff, we all know about the coaching staff. We all have high praise about this coaching staff. And this core group they have at Cal is special. I think they're on a mission again. I'm riding with Cal and Cole. Take care of business. Mayor, you got something else?
Nah, I ain't got nothing else, man. Like I said, this is gonna be a heck of a game, man. It's just gonna be a heck of a game.
Real quick before we get off, who you got? Who you guys got for Detroit versus Kansas City, the opening night of football? Who you got, Mayor?
I'm gonna go with the underdogs, man. I'm going Detroit.
Detroit. Mark, have you changed your mind? Are you still going with Kansas City or Detroit?
Still going with Kansas City.
Kansas City. I'm going to go ahead to Kansas City. You got to take care of business. But I'm going to tell you what, taking care of business. Make sure you guys, on Saturday, check out the No Cap High School Football Recap Show. You know how we do. It's an honor. Y'all be safe. We out.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
It's 8 p.m. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.